A little bit about our architecture. Many of our buildings and some private homes have stripes on them, usually brown, but occasionally other colors. Those are half timbers, but they're not timbers at all. They're made of concrete to weather better. It is an icon of Solvang. At the last building on this little motel complex, on the roof, is
there's a goose.
a stork on the roof.
Oh, stork.
I've been seeing a lot of them.
In Denmark, it's considered good luck if a stork, a real live stork, the red and white flag you see flying is the flag of the disused flag in the world. Denmark is a very old country. We're about to turn onto Mission Drive, and coming up on this motel right here, Solvang Inn like structure.
Right there. I see it.
Mom, look, there's a vulture. Listen to it. It's the aliens.
Here lang.
There's a parade, there are concerts, and there's even a scavenger hunt for the Nisa. Newsweek magazine recently held a poll asking what towns in America do Christmas best. We came in second in the nation and first in California. And Lifetime Movie Network a few years ago set in Solvang during the Christmas season. So we must be doing something right.
What movie is that?
Na mga laman dito.
What you can't really see because of the buses is the bus stop. For local buses, tour buses, and the Amtrak bus to catch the train out of Santa Barbara.
That's a nice spot right here. Subway.
And coming up on the right, we are celebrating Veterans Day here. Yep, this is for Veterans Day.
Mom, there's a
What is there is?
Does it ever snow here?
Once in a great while. It does on the mountaintops, but not down.
That's where we're at last night.
We are now on First Street where they hold the farmers market every Wednesday afternoon, but this is a real deal. It's made out of reeds. It was put up about 50 years ago.
Wow.
And barring fire, it should last another 50 years. And we've seen it maintained. We've seen crews go up there to work on it, so it should last unless there's a fire. Across the street is the Solvang shoe store. This block to the left. On the other side of the street from the shoe store is, in the middle of the block, is another sponsor. Red White Legos were invented in Denmark.
Oh, okay.
We just passed on the corner on the left is another sponsor, so we are pulling up to a large ironworks truck aisles up there. Actually, there's supposed to be 4 Danish dragons with their tails entwined to show the unity of the 4 Scandinavian countries: Finland, Norway, Sweden, and Denmark.
Finland,
Norway, Sweden, and
This is a replica of something in Denmark. We don't know the status of theirs because it stood in front of you. Had plumbing and electricity, get yourself a house, and now it's worth close to $1 million.
wow.
Going back across the street, we have the Mirabelle Inn and the First and Oak Restaurant, and tallest buildings in town. And next door to it on the corner is a beautifully maintained Spanish adobe that's been in the same family for is a 200-year-old oak tree, which predates the town, so they had to make the road.
200-year-old oak tree right there.
We are past a beautiful golf course, a dude ranch, and a county park which has a waterfall during the rainy season. And you'd end up at Highway 101. We are turning the
Dito tayo galing kanina, isn't it?
Mom, look at that bird bath of the succulents. I haven't seen that yet.
Itayano mo yung kamay mo. You're already sitting.
On the corner on the right is the post office. There's the needs of the 6,000 plus residents of Solvang, about 10% of whom are all or partially Danish at this point.
Partial Danish na.
Across the way is a beautiful windmill from Denmark, and behind the windmill is a round red brick tower. This is a replica of something in Denmark, built in the 1600s. It's not a working observatory up there, but we have a pizza parlor at the base, cleverly named Tower Pizza.
King's viewing deck.
I want to be a king so I can get up there and see the stars with a horse.
Copenhagen Harbor.
You
The
see it?
Little Mermaid was the star of one of Hans Christian Andersen's fairy tales.
Except it was way different.
Is it? I'm not looking at the right one.
Yeah.
Nice mountain. Hindi, nakita na natin.
I'm not big on hardware stores, but you gotta admit, this is pretty cute. And they got a lot of stuff in there that's not hardware.
Look at the horses.
Where are the horses? Oh, right there.
We have only 2 corporate franchises in town, tasting places, not only here, but in the surrounding communities. And in the countryside, we have vineyards. This is wine country. It used to be dairy country. We switched our beverage of choice. Church built in the early days in the Danish style.
Where is it?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe that one. The one inside that.
There's a parsley. Thank you.
Suffered damage in the storms earlier this year, but it's all fixed now. Our windmills do not spin. The one by the post office did, but in a storm, one of the blades flew off into the post office and that ended windmills. And on the right is another sponsor, Olson's Bakery, over here.
Dito tayo kanina galing.
And on the corner, California Nature and Art Museum. Their motto is where art meets nature. For a $5 admission fee, you can go in and up on the right is an apartment house called Tivoli Gardens. The original
Cute niya, no? Cute.
I love that.
I know. Those are cute.
when there's a big fire, and there is one going in Ventura County right now, when many engine companies show up to help, it helps to be able to tell them apart by their color.
Ayun, there's a store right there. Ayun, no?
Photography on this one block. 1840s as a private residence by a family of Danish artists. It is now a public museum where you can learn more than we can tell you about Solvang and Denmark and the Vikings. Elverhøj means elf. The front part of the building that faces a side street is actually Solvang City Hall. Here comes the horse-drawn trolley.
Cleans up after the horse. Not me.
And we're coming to the end of our tour. We hope you enjoyed it. Mangatak, that's Danish